Hi, in this video I will compare the camera quality from these phones. Why, you may ask? Well, nowadays, smartphone camera comparisons boil down to personal preference, since all are pretty similar in features and specs. So, I decided to make a comparison of smartphones from an era where smartphone cameras were totally different from each other. The phones I will be comparing are a mix of budget, mid-range and premium devices. The devices in question are the Nokia C2, the Samsung GTI 5500L, also known as the Samsung Galaxy 5, and the Nokia Lumia 710. All of these phones are running completely different OSs and came into market between 2010 and 2011. So let's start the comparison. First, I will compare the photo quality of these phones in normal and low light. These are the photos that I took with the Nokia C2, which has a 3.2 megapixel camera. As you can see, it had trouble focusing on the objects, and thus the images lack a lot of quality. It performed poorly on the low light test, having the same focusing problem. Now, here are the images from the Samsung Galaxy 5 with a 2 megapixel camera. Although it has a lower resolution than the Nokia, it performed much better. But in the low light test, I think it performed worse than the Nokia. Finally, we had the Nokia Lumia with a 5 megapixel camera. As expected, it performed better in normal lighting, but I noticed that the photos turned out a little bit on the blue side, which is very noticeable in the low light photos. Now, I am going to compare the video quality of these phones. I'm sorry for spoiling, but they are really bad. The Nokia C2 can record video at 320 by 240 at a whopping 8 frames per second, which result in almost unwatchable videos, with very noticeable rolling shutter and dreadful sound quality. The Samsung Galaxy 5 also records at 320 by 240, but now double the frame rate at 14 frames per second. It has also a very noticeable rolling shutter and, in my opinion, even worse sound quality than the Nokia C2. And finally, the Nokia Lumia. This phone can actually record in 720p at 30 frames per second, but for some reason it constantly refocuses. But it makes up for it with great sound quality. Obviously, this video wasn't intended as a fair comparison, but it gives you an idea of how the cameras inside phones have evolved. Nowadays, these phones are almost useless, and most major applications have dropped support for these devices. Anyways, thanks for watching.